In the headlines of this hour on VTV News, Prime Minister Phie visit to Poland to enhance bilateral ties. And later on, Vietnam's remittances soar to all-time high in 2024. In our world news, U.S.-China to create strategic communication channel.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is currently 3 p.m. local time and you're tuning in to 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Dylan Day with the latest updates. Now, on the top news of this hour, during his official visit to Poland, Prime Minister Phie met with Polish Senate President Małgorzata Kidawa-Błońska. The Senate President reiterated Poland's commitment to maintaining Vietnam as a priority partner in the region. Prime Minister Phie thanked her for the warm welcome and conveyed greetings from Vietnam's senior leadership. Both leaders highlighted parliamentary cooperation as key to strengthening bilateral relations. They agreed to boost exchanges between their legislative bodies, share policy-making expertise, and support each other in regional and global inter-parliamentary forums. The Senate President confirmed Poland's support for ratifying the Vietnam-EU Investment Protection Agreement to boost economic cooperation between the two nations. Also, during his official visit to Poland, Prime Minister Phie met with Zygmunt Hołownia, Speaker of the Polish Lower House. The Prime Minister delivered warm greetings from Vietnam's top leaders, including National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn, and expressed gratitude for the establishment of the Poland-Vietnam Parliamentary Friendship Group, a gesture that demonstrates the Polish people's strong affection for Vietnam. Recognizing the positive developments in bilateral relations, Prime Minister Phie called for the Polish Lower House to support elevating the partnership to a strategic level. He requested expedited approval of the EVIPA agreement and, given Poland's current EU Council presidency, asked for support in persuading the European Commission to lift the yellow card on Vietnam's fisheries. The leaders agreed to strengthen trade and investment ties with the goal of reaching $5 billion in bilateral trade. Additionally, Prime Minister Phie asked the lower house to consider granting minority group status to the Vietnamese community in Poland. To mark the 95th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of Vietnam and in preparation for the upcoming Lunar New Year, National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn visited President Ho Chi Minh's memorial site in Ba Vy National Park. There, he solemnly honored the monumental contributions of President Ho Chi Minh, the brilliant leader of the Vietnamese Revolution, and reaffirmed Vietnam's commitment to unity, overcoming challenges, and furthering the ideals of socialism and national independence. He also pledged to continue learning from Ho Chi Minh's thoughts, morals, and practices to lead Vietnam toward greater global prominence, fulfilling the president's vision for the country. Vietnam's remittances are projected to exceed $16 billion this year, marking a record high. Ho Chi Minh City represents about 60% of the total inflow. This strong growth demonstrates overseas Vietnamese citizens' confidence in the country's stable economy and attractive investment environment.
This bank reported receiving nearly $2 billion in remittances in 2024, 12% of the nation's total remittance inflows. Most of these funds were either converted into Vietnam dong or deposited into savings accounts.
70% of customers chose to receive remittances in Vietnam dong, either via cash pickup or bank transfers, while the remaining 30% opted for foreign currency. Among those, over 30% deposited their money into savings account. Others use remittances for business support, personal spending, and various investments.
The sources of remittances have also shifted in recent years. Asian countries, particularly South Korea and Japan, have become the leading contributors as more Vietnamese workers move there for employment. North America remains a significant source of remittances.
We saw notable increases in remittances from Africa. The rising number of Vietnamese workers in African countries makes this a promising market for future growth.
In 2024, Ho Chi Minh City received a record 9.6 billion USD in remittances, 3 times higher than the city's foreign direct investment inflows.
By channeling these funds into programs that improve healthcare, education, and living standards, Vietnam aims to maximize the effectiveness of remittances.
Remittances have long been a vital source of foreign currency for Vietnamese banks. These funds help ease lending pressure, maintain foreign currency reserves, and stabilize exchange rates, especially during year-end periods. They also serve as a key driver of economic growth.
On Friday, the Thương Phước International Border Gates in Đồng Tháp, Vietnam, and the Cốt Roca Border Gates in Cambodia's Phrie Vang province officially opened for both land and water routes. This combined gateway streamlines logistics and makes import-export activities more efficient. The new border gates help fulfill the border gate development plan for the entire Vietnam-Cambodia border and the Mekong Delta region. The textile and footwear industry's total export turnover exceeded $71 billion in 2024. To achieve a growth target of over 10% this year, textile and footwear enterprises must implement technology and digitalization in their production processes.
To remain competitive and increase the value of each textile export order by 10%, this enterprise invested millions of USD in technology and established a complete closed production line.
Our main strength is our closed production chain that integrates weaving, dyeing, and sewing. This advantage enables us to proactively seek markets and secure orders. Along with that, we plan to invest in more equipment to increase productivity.
We must encourage domestic production of yarn, transfer it to weavers and dyers, and then transfer it to tailors for export. We do not have to export about 4 billion USD worth of yarn a year. If it is used domestically, that means we have an additional 10% of added value.
The footwear industry has evolved significantly. While it previously relied on imported accessories, many enterprises have now mastered the necessary technology. This advancement has reduced production costs and created competitive advantages for the entire industry.
We have invested about 2 million USD in shoe sole production alone. This machine system has reduced product costs by 10% and shortened export times by 30 to 45 days, depending on the customer's order.
We are working with businesses to make the best use of science and technology to raise labor productivity to levels matching those of leading global companies.
In 2025, the textile and footwear sector is projected to achieve a total export turnover exceeding 80 billion USD. The industry's focus on innovative production methods and technological applications will help reach these development goals.
In Quảng Nam province push to promote community tourism, bamboo and rattan weaving has re-emerged among Cơ Tu communities in its mountainous regions. The province has implemented a systematic approach to elevate this craft, moving from community-based production to professional branding and market expansion.
With guaranteed buyers for their products, local artisans can earn from several dozen to hundreds of USD per piece. Weaving has become an essential activity during agricultural off-seasons, helping to improve their livelihoods.
Forming a group in the village has been inspiring. My wife and I both participate actively, and we encourage others to join so this precious tradition won't fade away.
Quảng Nam has made mountainous tourism a priority, focusing on traditional craft villages in Đông Giang, Nam Giang, and Tay Giang districts as key attractions. The Cơ Tu people's handcrafted bamboo and rattan products stand out for their distinctive style and deep roots in highland culture.
We have two standout products, the bamboo serving tray and tea tray. They have already earned 3-star OCOP recognition and reached customers in and out of the country.
Cơ Tu weaving products have gained widespread recognition throughout Vietnam. At a recent exhibition in Hanoi, Quảng Nam showcased its weaving heritage, offering artisans an opportunity to network exchange techniques, and promote their work. During the event, several businesses signed export contracts, paving the way for Kutu craftsmanship to reach international markets.
Efforts are underway to develop bamboo and rattan weaving into a signature product for community-based tourism, with the initiative being expanded to several other localities.
Although bamboo and rattan weaving hasn't become a path to wealth, it provides valuable jobs and extra income for residents in their free time. The success of the Kutu Weaving Cooperative has inspired other mountainous areas in Quang Province to develop their own tourism models.
Coming up next on VTV News. Noi Bai International Airport to receive over 100,000 passengers during Lunar New Year. Later on, saltwater intrusion to occur in the Mekong Delta region during Lunar New Year. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Now on to more important updates. Noi Bai International Airport is expected to receive over 100,000 passengers and nearly 600 flights during the peak period of the Lunar New Year or Tết holiday in Vietnam. During the week before and after Tết, the airport anticipates around 90,000 passengers and 550 flights daily. The busiest travel day before Tết is forecast to be January the 24th or the 25th of the lunar calendar, while the peak day after Tết will be February the 2nd or the 5th day of Tết. To ensure smooth operations, the airport will enhance security measures and collaborate with airlines and the Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam to optimize flight coordination and infrastructure usage. The Ho Chi Minh City Workers' Tết Fair offers many attractive products and promotions. A notable feature of this year's fair is its emphasis on cashless payments, which promises to make transactions more convenient for both buyers and sellers.
From the 70 stalls offering daily essentials and Tết holiday items, sanitation worker Lê Ngọc Thanh and his mother quickly made their purchases.
We just bought a few items.
These are enough for Tết.
The Ho Chi Minh City Labor Federation provided a 40 USD shopping credit through a digital code. This made it easy for To Thi Hung to shop at the market, despite it being her first time.
I find it very convenient. I can buy everything without cash.
Through the cashless payment system, the market has expanded its reach from 5,000 beneficiaries in 2024 to 9,500 this year, while doubling the support amount from 20 USD to 40 USD per person.
Workers can quickly purchase items they need and send them back to their hometowns.
The Tết Charity Market is one of 6 main programs run by the Ho Chi Minh City Labor Federation throughout the Tết holiday season. Despite challenges, creative solutions have increased the number of welfare recipients by 20 to 30% this Tết, while improving the quality of support by 80 to 100% compared to last year. These efforts ensure that every worker in the city can celebrate Tết.
In just over 2 weeks since it came into effect, Decree 168, which enforces regulating administrative sanctions for road traffic violations, has made a swift impact. Public awareness of traffic law compliance has noticeably improved. Many foreigners in Vietnam have acknowledged positive changes in daily traffic.
Having lived and worked in Vietnam for over 7 years, Rebecca, a British teacher, has witnessed various traffic violations, such as running red lights, driving in the wrong direction, and driving on pathways.
I feel the traffic it's very chaotic. everywhere. I just know that I'm either going to hear people, I can expect the unexpected.
It's a little bit of a joke amongst foreigners just because of how against the rules people like to go.
However, the situations have started to change since the implementation of Decree 168.
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of changes actually. I've definitely noticed an increase in less running red lights.
People also can walk safer than before on the paved walk path. Previously, on the rush hour, many motorbikes also go along to the walk road, but nowadays I hardly see that scene.
Foreign people in Vietnam agree that consistent enforcement and supervision under Decree 168 will help build trust in the system and encourage better compliance. The decree not only enhances traffic safety, but also improves Vietnam's image among foreigners.
The escalation of fine currently will, I think, impact on the people's depression or feel like much pressure for paying the huge amount of money. A lot of surveillance cameras on the road, so it also makes drivers drive more safe and safer.
I guess it's a strong penalty will increase people to follow the rules, helping to reduce accidents and make the road safer. The strict rule on drinking, driving and speeding are especially very important. These measures have been effective in Korea, and I believe they will have a similar result in Vietnam.
Decree 168 has already brought a noticeable shift in the public behavior. For many foreigners, Vietnam's traffic has become safer and more orderly. Together with ongoing investments in infrastructure, Decree 168 sets a foundation for safer and more modern traffic in the future.
As the Lunar New Year approaches, the Mekong Delta is expected to experience significant saltwater intrusion, particularly during the high tide period. According to forecasts from the Southern Institute of Water Resources Research, from January the 26th to February the 2nd, or the 27th to the 5th day of date, saltwater with a concentration of 4 grams per liter could affect crops in areas along the Mekong River Delta, extending 40 to 60 kilometers into river mouths, including Vam Co Dong River, which may experience up to 60 kilometers of intrusion. This could impact water access for irrigation systems. However, from now until January the 25th, saltwater intrusion will decrease as tides subside, providing a window for local communities to collect and store fresh water. Village-based and rural tourism is gaining popularity among travelers seeking cultural immersion and insights into the lives of local communities. Capitalizing on this trend, the Bana ethnic group in Xuân Lãnh Commune, Đông Xuân District, Phú Yên Province, has turned their traditional brocade weaving craft into a tourism attraction. This initiative not only preserves an inherited craft, but also celebrates their cultural heritage.
At the Phie Community House, visitors can watch Bana women diligently working at their looms. Guests can also learn about the centuries-old traditions of brocade weaving and try on handcrafted garments.
I feel deeply connected to our roots and traditions while watching ethnic weaving in motion.
Founded in 2024, the Phie Community Tourism Cooperative has developed a range of cultural tourism experiences, including brocade weaving demonstrations, gong performances, traditional jar wine tastings, and outdoor excursions. These offerings have attracted a growing number of visitors eager to experience the rich cultural life of the Bana people.
Practicing this craft allows us to preserve our traditional values. I get to meet and weave with my fellow villagers, which is emotionally rewarding.
The Bana weaving craft in Phie once faced extinction due to low demand and limited sales. Only a few families remained in business. However, the rise of tourism has breathed new life into the craft, bringing both economic and cultural benefits to the community.
The locals have shown strong interest and support for this initiative. As a result, both traditional craft preservation and community tourism have achieved promising results.
Today, over 40 households in Xithuat actively practice brocade weaving, creating diverse products that appeal to tourists. The people of Xithuat are determined to preserve their cultural heritage by enhancing the appeal of their craft to visitors. They continue to produce unique, handmade products that reflect the essence of Bana culture.
Known as the land of high mountains, Laichou Province is also home to 20 ethnic groups. With this advantage, Laichou Province has great potential for developing community tourism. As a result, the province tourism industry has focused on planning and building community tourism, which helps improve people's lives.
Located at an altitude of nearly 1,500 meters, Xithuat village was transformed into a community tourism village since 2017. As one of the pioneers, Phan Apao's family borrowed capital and developed a homestay model. With the support of the local authorities, his family's life has gradually improved.
Previously, my family was in a very difficult situation. Building this homestay has improved our lives greatly. I can earn $1,100 per month. The local authorities also provided money for me to renovate my house.
From the initial success, Pao actively encouraged Zhao people in the area to participate in community tourism. Up to now, 15 Zhao households have followed his model. Visitors to the village can experience traditional herbal baths. Trek to Butalang Mountain Peak.
This is the first time I have come here. I feel peaceful. People are very kind. Cultural identity is very unique. The architecture is beautiful while facilities are convenient and clean. Everyone should come at least once in their life.
The village has 62 households, some of which are still registering to build and complete the infrastructure. The homestays are originally made following traditional earthen houses or wooden houses. In addition to developing tourism, the houses and their decor are also a way the Dao people preserve their cultural beauty.
Xithuat is one of the 13 villages in Laichou recognized as a provincial-level community tourism destination. In 2024, Laichou Province welcomed over 1,359,000 visitors, with revenue estimated to increase by over 38.3% over the same period in 2023. With a strategy of linking tourism development with preserving national identity, Laichou is rising to become an ideal destination.
Coming up next in our world news, US and China to create strategic communication channel. And later on, Russia and Iran signed strategic partnership agreement. Now moving on to our world news, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed during a phone conversation on Friday to establish a strategic communication channel between Washington and Beijing. President Xi Jinping emphasized the need for China and the U.S. to strengthen cooperation based on mutual respect to ensure stable, healthy, and sustainable development. He affirmed that bilateral economic ties are mutually beneficial, making confrontation and conflict undesirable for both nations. President-elect Trump reported having a productive discussion with the Chinese leader on several issues, including trade and TikTok. Both leaders agreed to maintain regular contact on major shared interests through this new strategic communication channel. Russia and Iran signed a comprehensive strategic partnership treaty on Friday at the Kremlin during a meeting between Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The agreement commits both nations to supporting trade and economic cooperation in areas of mutual interest, while also establishing closer collaboration on joint military exercises. The two countries also agreed to cooperate in combating international terrorism and addressing other security challenges. In addition, Moscow and Tehran pledged not to participate in third-party sanctions against each other and to prevent the application of unilateral sanctions. The treaty remains in effect for 20 years, with automatic 5-year extensions thereafter. Israel's cabinet approved a deal with Palestinian militant group Hamas for a ceasefire and hostage release in the Gaza Strip. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office announced on Saturday, one day before the agreement's scheduled start. After a 6-hour meeting in the early hours of Saturday, the government ratified the agreement that could end the 15-month-old conflict. 24 ministers in Prime Minister Netanyahu's coalition government voted in favor of the deal, while 8 opposed it. The 3-stage ceasefire begins with a 6-week phase during which hostages held by Hamas will be exchanged for prisoners detained by Israel. In this initial phase, 33 of the 98 remaining Israeli hostages, including women, children, and men over 50, will be freed. In return, Israel will release all Palestinian women and children under 19 from Israeli jails. Peru's National Forestry and Wildlife Service, or SOAR, recently announced the rescue of 164 endangered yellow-spotted river turtles sold illegally as pets in central Lima. More to follow.
Authorities confiscated the turtles during a police operation in the central area of Lima, where they were being sold inside plastic bags and glass containers. 3 individuals were arrested and face legal proceedings for wildlife trafficking.
We seized around 164 terracotta turtles, which were being sold by 3 individuals who were arrested. Unfortunately, these turtles were sold on the street and kept in terrible conditions, inside plastic bags, glass containers, and plastic containers.
The illegal sale of these endangered turtles native to the Amazon not only threatens their survival, but also raises serious animal welfare concerns due to their poor health conditions and cramped living spaces.
The terracotta turtle species is naturally found in the departments of Loreto, Ucayali, Madre de Dios, and the San Martin region. They inhabit the basins of various Amazon rivers and are illegally extracted to be sold across different departments in our country.
The yellow-spotted river turtle is currently listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species.
Up next, let's have a look at the weather forecast. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website or YouTube channel. I'll download a mobile app, VTVgo, for more. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.